Tonight you got to give our guys a lot of credit. Really, if you want to even go back to Boston, we kind of turned it up to another notch and just played really well. I thought our focus defensively was outstanding. I thought after really the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, our purpose offensively really improved, and obviously we had some guys, like these guys sitting next to me, that stepped up and made plays when they needed to. Yeah, I thought, like I said a minute ago, I thought we were a little stagnant early on. The way they guard is they do a lot of switching, they don't deny, and so when you're kind of standing around, you're easy to match up with. And I thought, again, really give Nate Sestina a lot of credit. He came in and he had a couple of baskets, but really I thought it was his movement that opened it up for everybody. He started really moving the ball. He started sprinting into screens and slipping out of them, and it got him and other guys open. No, I mean, it's a long game. I think, our guys, there's ebbs and flows. You got to kind of adjust on the fly. And like I thought the biggest thing was we were a little too stagnant offensively. And because of that, we weren't getting as good a shots as we could. And once we started getting that movement, really helping each other get shots, it started to come together.
I mean, playing behind Nana and Zach all year, I understand that my role is to come in and do what I need to do to get the offense moving or the defense moving, get stops, get rebounds, whatever. And I've been working on it with Coach Meehan, slipping out of ball screens and catching and shooting for 3, and then turning face from 15 feet. And it's just like it's a part of my game. For me, doing it the last couple games is kind of like breathing right now. So kind of on like a high.
You know, we have a versatile team. We got a deep roster, and we got a lot of guys that can guard different things. And he plays a couple different positions. He doesn't always play on the wing. Sometimes he moves to the 4, so Zach or Nate Sestina would guard him. And then he would move to the wing, so Avi would get him some. Then Avi got that foul early, so we just wanted to try to protect him a little bit so we didn't have to sit with 2 fouls, and so we switched Kimball on him. Nate Jones, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are very capable of doing things. And we're going to play a number of different guys, and guys rise to the occasion when the number's called. Well, it's what everyone every year is trying to do, and it's when you're growing up as a player, you get into coaching, or your goal and your dream is always to play the NCAA tournament. I think it says a lot about these guys that they put themselves in a position 4 years in a row to win the regular season. They've never played a road tournament game. That says a lot, and it's hard. It's hard to win these games. It's hard every year. Every year is a different experience, and to have that consistency is something special, whether we'd won tonight or not. But obviously, winning tonight is kind of the icing on the cake. Make no mistake, it wasn't easy. I know the score was rather lopsided, but there was a lot of work, a lot of preparation that went in throughout the year to get to the point that we were capable of doing this, and a lot of different things going on where these guys are in the gym by themselves, and it's just not easy. And to have a goal like this and be able to reach it and to play well is pretty satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, just coaches and the players just kept encouraging me to just keep shooting. They're gonna fall. Just keep being aggressive. So I mean, just kept trusting the work that I put in, and eventually they started to fall. Just, I guess, the energy from the game, having everybody there, just the way everybody's playing, and, just like I said, just being aggressive, coming out. We didn't do our best defensively in the first half, I thought, and then, just coming out second half, we still didn't do that well, but, I mean, our offensive flow was still going, and once we started getting stops, with the crowd going, there's no better feeling than being in that environment.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that they've got to have a certain inner drive to reach the goal and to become as good as they are. And I think part of it goes back to one of the great things we have is we have a lot of depth and talent, and they can't show up on a Tuesday afternoon not wanting to practice, or they're going to get crushed by somebody else. And so yeah, I mean, I think that it just goes to show if you put in the work, you have the talent like these guys do. The sky's the limit, and they've earned every single accolade they're getting.
I don't really know, but I mean, I guess a lot of that comes with defensive intensity. I mean, second half we came out kind of relaxed on defense. I mean, they got a lot of easy shots. Didn't really do a good job of getting back on defense. But I mean, once we actually sat down, even though we were scoring, even though we started to sit down and actually play defense, I think that just things have started to change for us. And getting out in transition really did help. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys, like Coach was saying, people were moving. Sessi did a great job of running the offense when he was in. Very proud of this guy. And just people just feeding off of that. We had a lot of inside-out opportunities. Just playing with each other, and I think that was a big reason why we got a lead going to the second half.
I mean, I don't know about putting the team on my back, but I definitely feel like a little sense of responsibility as a junior coming in, and it's not my freshman year, it's not my sophomore year anymore. It's my third year doing it, and in terms of just being confident and running our offense. It's a big game, but it's just another game, and that's how we treated it the last couple of days. Like, we understand the stakes are high, but we also understand that this is just another Patriot League game, and doing what we do in practice every day: catch it, look in, look for Nana, look for Zach, look opposite, and then just work with the ball, move around.
Well, the first thing we'll do is we'll get some rest. I mean, it's been a long year, so we'll take a couple of days off, and guys can get treatment and that type of stuff. And then we'll get back in here. I don't know what time yet on Saturday, and we'll start working. We'll get in and get up and down the floor to get some wind back and get some shots up, and just try to be as fresh and as crisp as we can be when we get ready to go wherever it is to see whoever we're going to play.
Just playing together, I mean, we got, like Coach said, we got depth on our team. I mean, we can easily go 5 in, 5 out. Like you saw today, people can get hot at any moment. You know, Sestina got us going in the first half when we were kind of stagnant. And then second half, you know, guys were just hitting shots and, you know, just staying aggressive on my end of the floor. And, you know, we're at a good place right now. I think our defensive intensity has definitely turned up a little bit in the last few games, and just realizing, you know, the potential that we have on our team is sky's the limit. So just trying to keep that going, just being consistent every single practice.
I think the coaches think that we're playing our best ball. I mean, it took a couple games, took a couple tough losses to realize like what we could do, and then you take our starting 5 and you sub in 5 more guys. You have 5 really, really good players that would start on any other team in the conference, and I think that that's super dangerous in terms of playing a game like this where something happens, Nana gets into foul trouble, Zach gets into foul trouble, and then you have like me or Meeks coming in, Steve gets into foul trouble, you have Jimmy Soto's coming in. I think that in terms of us being as good as we are, I think it's pretty dangerous going into the tournament.